Morning everybody, welcome to this week's Tillers Turf Talk. Hope you're all keeping really well. So super quick video this week as we are very busy, and I just wanted to cover a subject that we've never looked at before, and it's really not really focusing on the turf itself this week. So in turf production it's really important that we keep control of our stock levels, so we know exactly going forward what we need and how much we've got and everything else, particularly for our quarterly reports, everything else. So with fields the size we've got and the harvest areas that are in operation, there's probably 3 different ways that we do our measurements, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about each one today on the video. So we'll get cracking and we'll start with number 1. So of course these days we've become very dependent on these, and when it comes to measuring field areas, things like that, and obviously there are various apps for that. Now we use one called Planimeter, and it looks something like that. So I've got a satellite view there, and what I can do is I can walk to certain parts of the field and I can pin each corner of the harvested crop, and then it will give me a measurement something like that, and that's pretty accurate on a larger scale, and it's the one that we probably tend to use the most. And we can measure the length of fields on the path, and we can also, like I say, work out the whole area itself. And if we need an immediate measurement on a field, if we're sat in the office, then we can go to the field on the app there and we can just pin it out and we get a pretty accurate measurement overall. So that's a really useful one, and like I say, we're all down to technology these days, so I'm going to talk about method number 2 that we use for measuring now. So method number 2 of measuring we're going to look at is when we need to be super accurate. So we've used the GPS up in the sky with the Planimeter, gives us a fantastic good guide in those earlier stages when we've got really big fields. But when we get to the smaller areas and the nitty gritty, we need to be super accurate. Then we move on to a next device here, which again is linked to an app. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to measure a very small area here and just show you how super accurate the measurement is. Okay, so if we take a look at that now, and as you'll see there, I was just going around in a sort of an unusual shape, not particularly square, and wanted to get a really accurate measurement. So this is brilliant, a brilliant tool for sort of landscapers, anyone like that that's got sort of a circular or a slightly oddly shaped lawn that they need to measure to the nearest square metre. So what this is telling me now, again super accurate, is it's telling me that little area I measured was 9.4 square metres. So it's really accurate, down to the point ones, everything else. But again, just like the Planimeter, it's all GPS, it's all apps, it's all very technical. So we're going to talk about number 3 now, and my favourite. The third and final means of measurement today is, call me old school if you like, but I wasn't really brought up in a world of all this technology and IT and everything else, and as good as it is, I still prefer doing things the old-fashioned way. Once we've done our measurement with the wheel and we've created our own little map, like that one there, we can then do the calculations. So this has 2 sides, each side 105 and 95, so we'll add them together, then divide by 2, which leaves us 100. So we'll just write that down. Then the top measurements, we have 65 and 75. So again, we're adding those together and dividing by 2, which gives us a measurement of 70. So our total field side will be 70 by 100, which means we have 7,000 square meters within that area. So yeah, a little bit old school, but that's just me. And we all have our preferred ways of doing it, our preferred methods, but this one's mine. So those are our 3 different tools for measurement out in the fields. So we had the measuring stick there, we had the old school wheel, which is my favourite, and of course the Planimeter app. So lots of different varieties here, and yeah, don't be afraid to use technology. It is really, really good. Although like I say, I'm a little bit old school, I do prefer to use the wheel still, but there we go. It is what it is. So we're going to head back to the yard now. We're going to have a quick look at the yard and how that's coming on, have a bit of an update on the new flooring that is going on with our sister company Fine Turf there. So we'll head back to the yard and we'll catch you there in a bit. Just arrived back at the yard where the new floor is going in, and it's all going fantastically well, so let's go and take a closer look and see what's happening. So well onto the final straight now, and the final row of concrete has been poured today, so you can see it there. So John's over there now, just doing the final little touches down the edges, and yeah, just finishing it off nicely to a real high-end finish. So it's been a fantastic project as always by our sister company Fine Turf. They've done an amazing job. Like I say, it's all about the preparation, which has been outstanding, and the finishing touch and the finesse that they're showing right now finish the project off absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it's almost done. Jim's just sorting out the drains now and getting the drain covers ready to go back on, and yeah, then it would just be a case of waiting for the concrete to dry so we can get some machines on. And yeah, what an absolute relief. It's fantastic flooring, going to be a massive improvement to all the operations here in the yard. Fab stuff. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and the apps that I was using earlier for measuring are the ones that I prefer. I'm sure there are many others out there that you could potentially try as well. So yeah, it's all about the accuracy for us, and you know, it's really important that we keep control of our stock levels and what we have out in the field. So thanks always for watching. I really appreciate all your views, all your comments. Please help us grow the channel by sharing and retweeting and all that kind of thing. Subscribe if you would like to consider doing so to Tillers Turf TV on YouTube. In the meantime, wish you all a fantastic weekend. Take care, we'll catch you next week. Cheers for now.